You know, my immediate thoughts with this movie is this is like an A24 movie, but it's not. But it's like how I would imagine A24 should do horror movies. So A24, take notes. This is how you do creepy, non-scary movies. What's going on, my YouTuber subscribers? Hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend, because we got another new horror movie coming out, and this one is actually called Immaculate. Starring Sweeney. I got a chance to see the movie, and is it good? I want to say this movie, while it kind of cliche in parts, I will say as a horror movie, it's pretty effective. I kind of like it. You know what I'm saying is because this movie's coming out literally the same day as Ghostbusters, among a whole bunch of other stuff that's already streaming and that's already out. And this movie might really fly under the radar, but I definitely think that it's a pretty effective horror movie, I would say. You gotta rush to go see it in the theaters. I just, not really. You could wait till it comes on Netflix, I'll say, which about to kind of spoil my rating. But I will say that as far as horror movie goes, I feel like this was a pretty decent, effective horror movie. Like, if you want something to just be like, I just want to be scared, want the hair on the back of my neck to stand up, I think this movie will deliver it for you. Real quick, let's go to pros and cons. I believe that Immaculate is officially in theaters tomorrow. If you can squeeze it in somewhere in your free time after you see Ghostbusters or don't see Ghostbusters, then check this movie out. Here's why. I think of the movie, it's really only one person we're following this whole story, and her name is, what was her name? I forgot. I told you I'm just shit with names, but the actress name is Sweeney, and she's our main nun we're following in this dark cathedral of House of Horrors shit. I felt like she crushed it in this movie. This is one of the few rare exceptions where I'm like, a horror movie where our main white girl, she didn't do a lot of dumb, okay, well, she made like one dumb call. Everyone gets white. I felt that her acting was really great in the movie. Her character was really good in the movie, really relatable. And like, when she realized that, oh yeah, shit's not right with this nunnery, gotta get the hell out of Dodge, she does do her best to get out of the situation, and I appreciate that, because there's nothing worse than watching a horror movie with a dumb character who just like, you're just making dumb decisions, and that's why I don't care. Bye. Plot movie, more or less. Okay, movie pretty much, the way the movie opens up is one of those like, oh, creepy things are happening and shit already, you know, like something happens to this one character, and now it's like, we cut to Sweeney's character. She's American nun. She goes to Italy to embark on a new journey so she can become a nun herself. So she goes to this convent and shit, and things kind of seem like, oh, okay, you know, it's a little weird stuff like that. Nuns do weird things because they're creepy. It's all in the up and up, you know, I might give my life to Christ and all that. Until one day, out of nowhere, she's with child. She's like the Virgin Mary. She's with child. But then that's when the horror shit really starts ramping up, and creepy things are happening around the covenant and stuff like that. You're like, oh, I'm carrying the devil's baby, and yeah, bad news bears. I will say there is a twist in the movie, like towards like third half, if everything gets revealed, shit like that. It is one of those kind of like, when you might not pick up on it immediately like I did. I saw it with my mom, stuff like that, when the movie was over. I'm kind of like, oh, I thought it was this. And then mom's like, well, no, because when he said that means this. And I was just like, oh, you know what? He did say that, and now this connects to that. And now that makes sense. Now I get light bulb. Now I get it. So I will say, like, maybe watch the movie with somebody else, so they can be like, so you guys can compare notes, and maybe you'll appreciate it a little bit more. Whereas the movie, as a horror movie, it is pretty effective. Like I said, churches and cathedrals at night, they're already inherently spooky. This movie does have effective horror movie shots. Like, if it's not like a character going through a really dark hallway and there's like little ominous shadows off of statues and shit like that just make you like, ooh, what's gonna happen? A lot of effective horror movie shots like that was throughout the movie. I really appreciated that. It really, you know, harkens back to the old school days of horror. But I will say, like, as far as the scares goes, first half and a little of the second half, it's jump scares. There is somebody just like in the shadow, shit like that, just like, Father, boom, something grabs them and shit. It's like, it's not super obnoxious, because it's kind of like, it knows how to do the jump scares, like a nice space them out. It's not just a jump scare. So that didn't get on my nerves too much. And like I said, the twist in the movie is like it's one of those like, like you gotta figure it out a little bit, a little critical thinking. But you're just smart. Because I was like watching it, I was just like, oh, so that, okay, well, maybe that. Like I said, my mom was like, well, this means that, and that means this. And I'm like, oh, you know what? He did say that at the beginning of the movie, and now it all comes back to this. Now I like it even more. All I gotta say about the movie, the fact that it's a little bit of a slow burn in the first part, but that's like horror movies in general. They're gonna be slow in the beginning. And like I said, there are a few horror movie cliches. Like there's some things like if you saw The Nun and The Nun 2, this movie ain't gonna like, you know, blow your mind. We'll say just like a nice little horror movie that's like snugged right there in March. I thought this was pretty serviceable. It was pretty good. At the end of the day, Immaculate was a horror movie that I had no expectations on, but I felt like it's a pretty safe bet horror movie. Horror movie that I feel like would probably do better if it was streaming, so it could just be like, oh, it came on Friday on Netflix. That'd be the Netflix horror movie that everybody could just watch and just spread online on Facebook. But did you see Immaculate? And everyone could just talk about it like they're doing Quiet on Set. That being said, I think I'll easily say that, yeah, I'll say it, that I think that Immaculate is definitely a safe 5 out of 10, was definitely a good time, one time only, and worth watching on Netflix. Immaculate is officially in theaters on Friday. Tomorrow, you see it, you're not gonna see a type below. Let me know, talk about it to you guys in the next video, and have a great weekend. And as always, subscribe. Until next time.